Hey, hi, everyone. Good morning. Folks will join. Some problem with the link. Okay, so welcome to the demo. So today we're going to see your DevSecOps with multi-cloud. Okay, but before we go into the agenda part and as well as the syllabus part, okay. So this would be the agenda. Okay, we'll speak about the DevOps overview. We'll speak about the cloud. Okay, we'll speak about your cloud engineering. We'll speak about the industries. Okay, and we also speak about the career acceleration, like what will be a roadmap of career. Okay, so what different certifications we can do it. Okay, and some prerequisites. Okay, now so this demo will be divided into two parts. Okay, this demo will be divided into two parts. So the first part will speak about this agenda. Second part will see the technical diagram. Okay, we'll see the complete end-to-end technical diagram where you'll see each and every tools. Okay, each and every tools of DevOps. Okay, and as well as the cloud services. Okay, along with your security tools. Okay, so the complete diagram will explain you end-to-end information about that. Okay, fine. But before I proceed into your prerequisite and agenda, okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Sagar. I'm the trainer for this complete DevSecOps and multi-cloud. Okay, so I've been training since last 6 years. Okay, I have total 12 years of experience in this field. Okay, uh, so I started my career with Wipro as an intern. Then I moved to TCS. So at present, I'm working at MasterCard. Okay. So in my morning times, okay, I just train uh, DevOps and cloud. Post lunch is my office start. So that is like I have a free time in the morning. That is where I train. So as part of this career IT, okay, we are the specialist in DevOps. Okay, we are a specialist in DevOps because like we train multiple batches here. Like the batch which you joined is individual batch. Then we have consultancy batches. We also train corporate batches. Okay, we give a lot of workshops to startup companies, colleges. Okay, so that is also a part of a curriculum which we do it here. Okay, so that's a brief about the institute and me. Now, let's move into the prerequisite. Okay, let's move into the prerequisite and let's see. Okay, so folks will keep joining. Yes, folks will keep joining. They'll join us. Okay, and just to clarify, okay, before we go into this prerequisite as well. Okay, so we don't run PPTs anywhere. Okay, these PPTs are just for demo purpose. Okay, so whatever you learn, okay, what are we going to learn? Everything is whiteboard, guys. Okay, completely it is whiteboard. You learn completely whiteboard. You learn the architectures. Okay, what are the architectures and etc. things you learn it here. It's completely whiteboard. Okay, you learn completely whiteboard, the architectures and everything. Okay, and whatever you get, okay, whatever you get, okay, you get your notes. Okay, for example, if this is like Azure, right? Azure, or for example, Linux and whatever it is. So I'll be writing this notes. Okay, I'll be giving you this notes. Okay, so whatever practical you do, you get the notes in the same class. We write the notes, we do the practicals and everything. Okay, so it's purely like there's no PPT concept. Just to tell you, there's no PPT concept. Everything is whiteboard. You use your notes. Okay, again we'll give you PDFs and everything, your diagrams, what are the diagrams we draw it and everything, right? So all that diagrams and everything will be provided to you. Okay. No, so whatever it is, not only this, any subject you learn, any tool you learn, so you'll be getting the same format. Okay, we'll be drawing the diagrams, we'll understand the concept over there, and then we go with the practical. So if your class is 1 hour on a daily basis, so half an hour will be the concept which we explain. The next half an hour we go for the practical. So daily there is a practical and daily there's a theory. where we explain the concept and everything. Okay, that is how we divide it, right? And this is the syllabus. I don't know if you got it or not. Okay, I don't know if you got along with that form when you downloaded. So this is your syllabus where you can go and check your Linux. Okay, so Linux knowledge, your shell scripting. Okay, your various DevOps tools. Okay, like a Git, Maven, SonarCube, JFrog, your Jenkins. Okay, your Ansible, your Docker, your Kubernetes, Terraform. Okay, then you have your Tomcat. Okay, then you have your multi-cloud, right? So complete multi-cloud information is kept here. And then you have complete Terraform. Okay, then you have your security tools, then your monitoring. Okay, like SRE. Okay, site reliable engineer monitoring is also here as part of this, which will add a weightage to your profile. And then, okay, this is your Azure pipelines. Okay, Azure boards and everything. And then we also have like interview sessions in between. We keep interview sessions where we speak about your resume preparations, your technical rounds. Okay, we have complete like the interview questions, the scenario based questions. Okay, the practical work and everything. We have designed it. Okay, it's ready with us. And someone who is from non-technical, okay, who want to make a journey to the technical, yes, we also support that. Okay, it all with your resume. We can do it completely with your resume. There are folks with different backgrounds we have seen, okay, who are more to a technical. Okay, we'll do that. And then whatever you learn it here, everything is shared. There's nothing hidden. Your videos, your notes, you recorded, everything will put in the drive. You can get it downloaded. Okay, there's no restriction on that. You can get it downloaded. Right? Now, moving on, let's move on to the prerequisite. Then I'll open some 5 minutes of time to questions. I like a lot of people might have questions. I'll open it and then we'll proceed. Right? So very first, guys, time and patience. Okay. So remember this when you're entering the world of DevOps or when you're entering the world of cloud, time and patience is very important. Why? Because maybe initially you may start a little bit slow, but once you gain experience, right? So the career growth is very high. Second thing is that the salaries goes into like 100%, 150%. There are also seen people who are touching 200% of hikes. Okay, they're directly jumping into 200% of hikes because the demand is very high for your DevOps and cloud in the market. Okay, every company minimum they have at least I have seen, right, minimum they hire for their projects. At least I have seen 4 to 5 members for their projects. I've seen. Okay, different case. In case of startup, they hire 1 or 2 because of their budgets and everything, but most of the companies I have seen, okay, the requirement is very huge. Okay, then basics of Linux and shell. Okay, so why not Windows? Why we are not touching Windows? Windows is like everyone knows mostly about Windows and everything, and Windows is not used that much in the production environments. They're used for your VDIs, connecting desktops and everything. But mostly 99% we have seen Linux is there behind the real-time websites. Any websites you see, they have Linux running. And shell scripting is for the automation. You'll be learning automation scripts here. It is not coding. We don't do any coding. Anyone is passionate, whoever want to start the journey with DevOps, start it. Okay, this is a scratch program, and don't think this is the basic a fresher program. No, this is designed for fresher along with the experience. Even for the fresher, we give the experience knowledge. Okay, so that is equivalent to almost 12 to 14 years of experience people knowledge. We are sharing it here. It's purely advanced. The concepts which you learn is purely advanced. Even if you learn the Linux is not just 1 or 2 days which you teach. Linux is not for a 1 or 2 days of class where you learn the basic commands and like do the installation and done. No. Even the Linux, we cover your advanced concepts. We make sure your operating system knowledge, okay, is at the expertise level. And then you move into a DevOps and cloud. Okay. So everywhere we are making sure that a good amount of experience, good amount of knowledge is shared to you so that you, when you join a company, you always have that knowledge with you where you can be treated as an experienced person, right? That is what the goal of this course is. Then programming knowledge not mandatory. If someone is already developer, he's a background of development, well and good, you can add DevOps, or you want to move completely from development background to DevOps, that is also fine. So freshers, graduates, undergraduates, different background people can move on, right? No. So, okay. So we'll be speaking about your, okay, we'll be speaking about your different tools here. Okay, we'll be talking about your different, okay, tools here. Okay. So just to make some addition. So introduction to your DevOps world. We'll be talking about your introduction to a DevOps world. Okay. Then we'll be speaking about your Linux administration. Okay. This is a module number 2. Then your DevOps tools. Okay. Then we'll be talking about your cloud. Okay. We'll be doing your cloud, then the monitoring, then your interview. Okay. So your SecOps is also added in the SecOps is also added in your DevOps tools. Okay. The DevOps tools itself, we have added your security ops. Fine. So everything is divided as per the module, guys. Then you have your course outline. So these are almost like your 20 plus tools are there. Okay, almost 20 plus tools we have kept it. Monitoring stack itself has 88 tools. Okay, these have 4 tools. Okay, so we have covered almost a good amount of, and then we'll be doing some projects. We'll be doing some 6 different projects. Okay, and we'll be sharing some more projects with you along with this, so that you get a good amount of hands-on. You get a good amount of hands-on. Right? And then we'll implement all the architecture diagrams, okay, which we'll be learning different architectural diagrams as part of this one. Okay, so this is what a prerequisite, guys. Okay, so don't worry about that you need to learn Linux or something, you should have a basics of Linux. No, this is completely from scratch. You'll be learning completely from scratch. Okay, you don't need any of the prior knowledge. Everything you'll be getting it from, right? Okay, so this is like, you can say like this is almost a 3 months of course, guys. Okay, so we treated as 2.5 months, but this is 3 months of course. Okay, so the timeline is 3 months. Why? Because if you see, the syllabus is very vast. Okay, syllabus is very vast. Okay, so the program which we started with the multi-cloud and everything, because industries are expecting today multi-cloud, they're expecting your security, they're expecting your monitoring. So these are the requirement which is coming as part of your JDs. So based on that, this course is designed, and we keep updating the course, okay, on every batch on batch. Why? Because according to the standards of the industry, the requirements coming from different companies, we see that, and then we, based on that, we keep adding, right? So if you compare like last like 6 months, the syllabus is very upgraded. Okay, it is very upgraded. Okay, and it's up to the market standards. That is what it is designed, right? No. So, fine. Okay. I'll take a pause here before I move. Okay. Any questions, guys? Okay. In terms of prerequisite, in terms of syllabus, in terms of timelines and etc. things. Any questions here? Feel free to ask.
Hey Sagar, my name is Rama.
Yeah.
Uh, I had a chance to watch one of your demo sessions on the CareerIT website where
Okay.
you were talking about DevOps with Azure or AWS. I don't recollect. But then today, if I look at the, you know, the main heading of the course, it says
Mhm.
Sec DevOps Sec Admin. What does that mean? How different
Security
is that?
ops. So it was DevOps. Now we are bringing little bit of security. Okay. So security is also part of your DevOps, where we have some security tools where you're going to learn some scanning tools. Okay. Your code scanning, your Docker Kubernetes, which you learn, right? So in that there's some security. Then there are some cloud. In the cloud also there's some security services like your firewall services. Okay.
Correct,
So
correct.
all these things will be part of that.
Okay.
Like your secrets, your sensitive information, which you use for integrating to 2 different services, right? So how do you secure that? For example, you're keeping your code in the GitHub. So when you keep any kind of a, when you keep any kind of a password or any sensitive data, how do you identify that before, you know, someone hacks it, or before the data gets leaked, how do you secure that? So that is what we're going to speak in terms of security.
That is understood. That is
Yeah.
understood. See, any
Mhm.
application or any system in the
Yeah.
software world, of course, will have that security and
Yes.
all that user authentication
Yes.
and scanning and all that. But I'm just wondering, is there a role? Is it a role that companies these days are looking for by name SecAdmin, or
Yes.
is it
Yes. Yes.
something that you have named it for the course
No,
purpose?
you go and search it. DevSecOps is a trending word in the market,
Uh-huh.
which your JDs are in the JDs. When you see that they are putting that SecOps.
Okay, that's what I
Okay.
was
So
wondering. I have never
going
heard of this
forward,
term.
you're going to see some more names like Dev MLOps, Dev AI Ops. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So ML and AI is also going to be a part of DevOps going
Okay.
forward,
Mm-hmm.
where you're going to get some tools of AI and ML, okay, which we're going to integrate to your existing DevOps tools,
Oh,
the
okay.
existing pipeline.
That makes sense. Because as and when there is some new development happening, new things keep coming. That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Any more questions, guys? Anyone has any questions?
Hi, sir. My name is Vamsi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, and which tools you will be covering in SRE?
Yeah, SRE we are covering, right? We are covering your monitoring and log stack. So in the monitoring, we have your application monitoring, we have your Grafana, Prometheus, your node exporters, okay, your alert manager, okay, and then you have your log monitoring, okay, you have your log monitoring tools where you have this Kibana, Elasticsearch, Logbit, and then in the cloud we have like in your Azure you have monitors, Azure monitors. In the AWS you have your CloudWatch, right? Your CloudWatch, cloud events, okay, your log groups that will be covered as part of this.
Will you explain about application insights also in Azure?
Yes, yes.
And
The real part of all that only, right? From the monitors only we integrate in everything.
yeah, yeah. Actually, uh, recent days some including DevSecOps with AI, some little bit of AI are we covering like Azure AI? It's at least basic.
See, AI is not okay. AI I can cover, right? They can give one chat GPT and they can cover it. Problem with AI is not, see, if you say I want to put AI, I can put a heading as AI. Okay. Even I thought like I will bring AI this time. But problem is AI is not just a word you put it here. You should
Yeah.
implement the AI. For example, take an example, simple example I'll give you. You go and ask this back to them. Okay. What is AI? For example, if you want to put AI in this, what is the intelligence of AI? Let's suppose I'm running this pipeline. This complete pipeline or deployment pipeline is running. Okay. Let's suppose, okay, somewhere someone changed my JFrog password. Okay, some of my team members changed the JFrog password. They forgot it. They forgot it. And what I did, I stored all my password in some centralized location in cloud. In somewhere in the cloud, I stored it. Okay, in cloud, I've stored it. So what my AI should do, I should create an AI agent. That agent, whenever my pipeline breaks, agent should come into picture. It should identify that what it failed. It should go and connect my cloud and get the credentials. So something a trained bot, you can say a trained agent, okay, a trained agent where I am training him saying that these are my known issues. Okay, I get this kind of a regular issues. For example, I know that this 2025 issues are regularly coming in my pipeline. Whenever a pipeline fails, I know that sometimes image error, some image is not downloaded, or image is not fetching, or maybe some credentials are missing. So this kind of a known errors which I do, that known errors my agent should able to fix it. Or I'll give my agent some Google link or some known link, safe link, where it will go and search some troubleshooting steps, put that troubleshooting step, try it here, and also send me an email saying that this is what I'm trying. Give me approval. If this is good, let's proceed. That is what the agent. It's not just searching in ChatGPT. I can also show that how to use ChatGPT and everything. That is not AI, guys. Okay, don't get into trap of AI. Okay, if someone is teaching that, I recommend go and learn it. If someone is teaching you creating an agent, okay, and that agent is resolving everything for you, I am happy. I myself tell you that go ahead and join them. If they are teaching you creating a DevOps agent, that agent will resolve everything for you in case whatever you train it. Okay, like how do you give a KT to a fresher? You do this one, you do this. Similarly, the basic task, what you can do it, give it to it, agent. Okay, maybe agent will let's create an agent where it will validate your complete code before you trigger and say that this is what missing in the code. Okay, create such kind of agent for AI, not just using that ChatGPT tools and searching how the data. That in the YouTube also everyone is showing. In the Instagram videos also people are teaching. Why do you want to spend money for that? If someone is teaching that, I am happily telling you, drop out from here, go and join them. Okay, because they are better than me. I'm just saying that. That is what we wanted to bring that. Okay, we wanted to put AI and we wanted to bring that agents, but practically it is not working. We are also working on that. We also trying to bring that. We also wanted to give that demo because that is what going forward is required. Okay, but practically it is not working. Okay, it is not
I,
working. There's a lot of errors, lot of uh, uh, integrations are not possible. Okay, somewhere you have to pay for AI for the subscriptions. Okay, a lot of the AI tools are not free. Okay, you have to pay for that. Okay, considering all that into picture, we didn't keep in this. That is what AI. Don't get into bluff
so
that
actually,
that is what
yeah.
my understanding. Okay.
So actually, we don't know anything about AI, how it will be useful in DevOps.
That is what it is not in the market yet. It is not yet
Yeah, yeah.
utilized come in the market. Nowhere in the YouTube, nowhere in your any of the LinkedIn official websites yet. Go and read lot of blogs. There is no such integration yet with DevOps. Okay. If that was the case, we will also bring it. Okay.
Yeah,
It is
we
not yet
don't.
used. There are some tools are there, but it is not completely developed properly. Okay, that will take some time. It will take some time, maybe next 6 months or 1 year it will take it, because till now the workflows itself are not working. Okay, we are also trying to create agents, but that agents are not working according to the documents shared in wiki and everything, right? It is not working. We are also working on that. We also want to bring AI. We also want to bring some ML and data analyst tools, some IDs and everything, so that you will also get some exposure. Though you will not work as a developer, at least you'll get some knowledge about it, what is happening behind it. And if in case you get some project, you get a chance to work with data analyst, you get a chance to work with data science team, or you get a chance to get with people who are building agentic AIs, right? So when you get that work, so that you'll get a clarity on that. Okay, a lot of people in the market, they're seeing like we are teaching AI agent. Okay, how long the AI agent came in the market? Just put in your mind. They're saying that I have 20 years of experience in teaching agentic AI. Agentic AI came just 2 years, 3 years back. How you have 20 years of experience in the market? So don't get bluff with it. You research, not only my, anywhere you go, guys, remember one thing. You research yourself. How many companies are using AI? How many companies are using what tools? You research yourself. Okay, don't go on someone else is saying something. You research, because it's your knowledge, because you're going to use forward. So put your effort in researching that. Fine. Okay, because that is all a different topic, not
Yeah,
to let's move on.
yeah.
Any more
Actually, we
questions?
don't know. That's why.
Yeah.
Actually we don't know. That's why we get clarify from you, sir.
Yeah.
And another thing is Azure AI. May I know about that also?
Azure,
What
you
about
see,
Azure?
AI is AI. Anywhere AI is AI. Okay. AI is not for Azure for separate, AWS for separate. If it is something AI is coming in the cloud, then it will be common for everything. Okay. Nowhere there's AI anywhere. Okay. Nowhere AI we integrate to DevOps yet, or cloud, any cloud.
And maybe Sagar, this
Yeah.
AI comes as a a little bit of advanced thing, and now I think everybody in the group are new to AWS, and we're just getting started with the journey of AWS. I mean
Yes.
AWS with DevOps, basically the
Mhm.
DevOps journey.
Yeah.
So we should probably have some hands-on and understanding on the architectural part of this this thing, and only then AI comes into picture.
Yes,
I don't
exactly. If
think
you
there
don't
is
know the
any.
basics itself, AI
Correct.
doesn't make sense for you.
So it makes no sense talking about AI at
Yes,
this point.
yes, yes. See, how much ever AI come, basics is basic. Okay.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
if you don't know the basic pillars itself, AI will not help you, because AI also want you to give that information to AI, then only AI will help you. Fine?
No, I know it is a buzzword, but then this
Yes, yes.
buzzword will only work when you have the foundation
Yeah.
in
Only
place
thing
or
is that people are
basic
getting
understanding.
trapped into AI, okay, where there is no utilization of AI. Okay. Correct AI is what, think about like the robotics, the way how robotics works. AI is also the same way. You should also bring AI in such a way where it should help you in a, almost, if you say like your 50% of work AI should take care, then you think it over AI. If like just searching and everything AI is doing, we already have a good amount of search engines in the Google. We don't need such kind of AI. Okay. Okay, let's move on, guys. Any more questions? Someone raised a hand. Is it Raja?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Main question is when we are explaining these tools,
Mm-hmm.
are you going to compare both Azure and AWS? Or okay, for this specific concept, you'll be
Okay,
using
good
Azure?
question. Okay, so remember, DevOps is common for Azure and cloud, Azure and AWS. Okay, so DevOps, what DevOps work in AWS, same DevOps work in Azure. Okay, so these two clouds, what you're speaking about your Azure and AWS is, both are same, guys. Remember, anywhere there are a lot of clouds. Not only this, again there is a GCP in the market. There is a Alibaba, Oracle cloud, right? So all these clouds have same concept. Only thing is that the vendors are different. Okay, vendors are different. So what do you learn in AWS? Same thing is there in the Azure also. Okay, same thing is there in Azure as well. Okay, whatever you learn in Azure, whatever you learn in AWS, same thing. Only thing, naming conventions are different. Here they call VPC. There we call VNet. But the concept is same, logic is same. Okay, the only the way of using the UI look and feel is different. Rest everything is same, guys. Rest everything is same. Okay, we call it as VNet here. They call VPC there. So we'll be comparing both. Okay, both you'll be comparing and learning there. Okay, you'll be learning it. Okay, so only thing, the naming conventions are different. Concept is same anywhere. Anywhere Linux is Linux. Either use in AWS or you use in the Azure. Similarly, Kubernetes is common. Kubernetes is designed by your Google. Okay, so Kubernetes is used in Azure or Kubernetes used in cloud. Both are same. The commands are same. The everything is same. Only thing, two with different vendors are giving you the services. Logic, way of creating the architecture and everything is same. Only they are selling their services, okay, with the different names. That's it. Once you learn AWS, Azure is a copy of that, you can say. Just the naming convention different, or it is copy of that. Fine. Any more questions? Any more queries?
I think we're good, Sagar. Let's get started with
Yeah.
a bit of
Okay.
basics.
Now,
I have one more question.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, like let's say if the college, if the freshers out of this college, like if they complete this training,
Okay.
how they have to like what are the positions that they can apply, because mostly these DevOps roles requires everyone will expecting some experience, right?
See, one thing, remember, when you say a DevOps engineer, when you say a Java engineer, okay, or you say a developer, or give any naming convention. So what is there is like a fresher or a 14, 15 years experienced guy will be using same tools. There's no difference in the tools, because for experience and fresher and experienced people, the vendor is not going to give different tools. Both have same tools, but the maturity level, what the experienced people have and what a fresher will have is slight difference. Okay, for example, if you give us, for example, there's a issue, you give it to a experienced people, the way he thinks, he'll get 4 to 5 solutions, but a fresher will think only in one direction. That is what the difference, right? So tools are common for both of them. Okay, that's why I told you, same tools you're going to learn for fresher as well experience. Only thing is that we're going to cover all the advanced topics what you have it. Okay, so it's not that like for fresher there's something separate or experience. No, tools are common because you're going to learn from official website. It is not that we are designing or we are preparing it. No, Everything what you're going to learn is from official website. Okay. So only thing is that when you go to a company, they differentiate the work. Okay. So what a fresher can handle or what experience can handle. Okay. So that is how the complexity of the work they'll be designing it. That's it. But both are going to work in the same work. Both are going to use the same tools. Only thing is that the maturity defines like how much troubleshooting experienced people can do, how much troubleshooting a fresher can do. Okay, so this is something that the tools are something like that. Okay, it's a open source tools. It's provided by a vendor. Okay, you don't differentiate. Okay, fresher and experienced are going to learn both the same content. Even the fresher is going to learn the advanced concepts. Even the experience is going to learn the advanced concepts. Fine, that answers your question.
So, may I pitch in, Sagar?
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
minute. So, well, Raja, I think if I understand your question, you may be talking about, you're a fresher, or maybe I'm a fresher, and what kind of job openings would a company have if I go through this course, right?
Correct.
So, see, if I'm an experienced guy, I would probably put in some experience of, like, say, 3 years or 4 years with my experience after this course. If you're a fresher, you will probably put in a little more money and do some additional entry level certification in DevOps. That's an entry pass for any interviewer, right? An interviewer will prefer having someone who is having a basic level DevOps certification with of course your training knowledge, right? That helps, that stands you out from a crowd of 100 freshers. So that's how you have to you know crack a job as a fresher with this DevOps. I think I did that answer your question?
Yeah, it answers my question.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you one more thing, right?
Mhm.
Okay, if no one has any question, then I can ask.
Yeah, please.
What is happening that in the current trend, market trend, the major three words are booming. One is AI, and second one is data science or whatever, and third one is DevOps. Like
Okay.
for the fresher, like which one, like based on your experience, what do you
See,
suggest?
this is more of a common sense, I would say. You may correct me, Sagar, if I'm going wrong. For a fresher, this is all a rocket science. For example, I'm a software engineer with 10 years of experience. If you ask me about AI, I know what an AI is. I can just talk like an overview of it, but I really don't know how is it being used in terms of technology, right? I do not know how is it. I know that it is used in pharma industry, very, very much useful, but I do not know how is this is being used. If you're talking about a fresher, I don't think they would really have any knowledge or any understanding on what that is. At least somebody who is working as a software engineer for 5 years or 10 years would have a little imagination of, oh, okay, this is how this can be used. This is how this can be used. A fresher would not have any knowledge. He only knows that, oh, the boom is AI. Now let's get into AI. Even if he gets into an AI training, investing that 20, 30,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees, I don't think it adds any value to him because he would not understand anything. And it's the same case with machine learning or your data science is also a bit complex thing. It's more of analyzing huge data. And AI, this, of course, DevOps as well, because this is some kind of a culture that goes well versed with different clouds that are in the market, be it Oracle Cloud, Azure Cloud, or is it AWS Cloud. So for a fresher, I don't think this other than you know getting panicked with these words that I don't know AI, I don't know it, AWS, I don't know this and that. I don't think they would have any knowledge about this until unless you step in or have a bit of experience as a software engineer. That's in my opinion. I don't know to what extent if this answers your question. Sagar, would you want to add something?
The problem is, see, internet will give you a lot of information, but
Correct.
the reality behind the market is completely different. There's everywhere, a lot of YouTubers will create your AI is booming, go with AI, future is AI. But is AI really used in the market? Is companies using the AI? That is what the reality, right? Go and search in LinkedIn how many AI jobs are coming in the market, how many people are hiring for AI. That trend you have to search, not the trend that how which course is being used in the market.
Correct. And that's very much in the research phase. Of course, it is a
Yes.
bit of fast moving research phase, but it is definitely in the research phase.
See, future is there. No one is saying that AI is not.
Correct.
The future is there. But current, what is the future? Okay, because AI is for the people who are already in the industry, working for years of experience, who have like who are in some field, okay, who have some knowledge of their technology, right? But if as a fresher, if you say I'll go with AI, what you'll automate with AI? AI is for automation. But what do you automate with AI? That is what you have to think in, right?
And that's not easy also, for a
Yeah.
person, somebody who's has, for example, let's say I have like 15 years of experience, and if you ask me, if I go through a document of, okay, go through some agentic AI, I trust me guys, it gives me zero understanding. That's the case with anybody. So it is not some kind of a cakewalk. You just go and put some agent and understand that this agentic concept of AI just over a day, or going through some document. It's not that easy.
Okay.
Is it the same thing with the data science also? That's
Of
what
course.
yeah.
Of course, yes.
And like training is one thing. At the next big thing is preparing the CV and interview preparation, right? I hope that covers during this training.
Yes, that covers during the story.
Okay.
Fine. Okay.
Is it like how long is the duration of this course?
It is 3 months.
Okay. It's like getting ready for 2026, I can say.
You can
Right?
say that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the details.
Okay, guys, let's move on. Okay, let's move on with some basics. So now, okay, so what is this DevOps base? Okay, what is DevOps? Okay, and why are we learning this DevOps? What difference it makes learning this DevOps, right? So very first, remember that, okay, uh, this DevOps, okay, this DevOps, what you're going to, learn is a base, okay, is a base for any company product. Okay, any product you build in the market, DevOps and cloud is a base for it. Okay, you bring any other technology on top of it, definitely you require your DevOps and cloud. Okay, because that is a base underlying infrastructure which is going to provide for your product. Okay, so very first, let's move on to your dev and ops. Okay, so this dev is a developer, guys. The word dev stands for developer and the ops stands for operations. So you're basically, why this word DevOps came in the market is, so the companies or the manufacturers wanted to bring a process. Okay, so initially DevOps came as a process. Okay, it was not a technology. Okay, it came early in 90s 2000, it was there. DevOps came in the market as a process. Initially it came as a process where they wanted this operation people like us, cloud people, system admin, network admin, all these people are called operation people. And the developers are the people who develop the code, right? Who develop the code, who write the coding and everything. So they wanted these two people to work together to build a quality product. The goal of the company or the manufacturer is to build a quality product, right? So they wanted to bring a process where these two people work together. Doesn't mean developer and will work operation will work developer. No, they will work individual, but they will be working towards a goal, right from designing a product till it goes live in the market. Okay, so in simple terms, if I tell you, where exactly you lie is, okay, so right from designing a product, building a product, till it goes live in the market, your DevOps process comes in the picture. That means till right from the product is being built until it is gone in the market. So what are the processes required in terms of testing, in terms of development, in terms of integrating anything, whatever you do it. So that product process is built by your DevOps. Okay. And this DevOps, okay, then this DevOps is used by multiple industries in the market. Okay, this DevOps is used by multiple industries in the market. Okay, that is where your companies are using it. Fine. So this is where, and then to build this DevOps process, they wanted a proper life cycle. Now, what is this life cycle? What do you mean by this life cycle? Okay, simple life cycle you would have learned in your college days as well. Like you have this SDLC, right? SDLC, software life cycle. So that is the same life cycles which you'll be using, like waterfall model, agile model, everything what you have learned in your colleges. So the planning, the build and code, the integration, the testing. So this is what the life cycle, right? So initially they came up with a process. Slowly they wanted a proper, how do you implement this process? So they brought this life cycle. They brought a proper steps of life cycle to implement the product. How do you start and how do you end your product? Okay. So if you see the planning, okay, how do you build that? How do you integrate that? Okay. How do you test it? How do you deploy? Okay. How do you install it? How do you get a feedback from the customer? How do you improve it? See, today, any product, you see iPhone started with 1, today it is 16, that is going to 17. So every year there's an improvement. Okay. That's why we use a word called continuous, because the product is not going to stop. Okay. And monitoring happens because you get proper updates to your phone. Okay. From your manufacturer, you get a proper updates. Okay. In terms of software, in terms of security, you get the updates, right? That is how it is. Okay. And then they wanted a technology on top of it to run this process, to implement this life cycle. They wanted technology. That is how behind every life cycle you have your tools. Okay. Behind every life cycle you have your tools. Okay, your planning, you have your Jira, your ServiceNow, your build and code, you have a Maven, you have JFrog, you have Git, everything. Integration, you have Jenkins. Okay, you have like again cloud integrations are there. You have testing, your SonarQube and testing tools are there, right? Then you have a deployment, you have Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. Okay, improvement feedback is common. You have to improve every tool, and the monitoring, you have a good amount of stack. Just now we spoke about, right? CloudWatch, Azure monitors. Okay, your Grafana, Prometheus. That is how your DevOps tools came in the market. So initially DevOps came as a process, right from building a product till it goes live in the market. And then they implemented life cycle. To run this life cycle, they wanted technology. That means behind every life cycle goal, you have your technology. That is what your simple DevOps definition is, right? So DevOps didn't came as a technology, it came as a process. Slowly we got your technology behind your DevOps. Okay, that is what your DevOps came in the market. Now, who is the DevOps? Who is this DevOps here? Remember, guys, this is not a support job. This is not like your previous system admin job, like you worked as a Linux admin network. No, all these people are now moving to your DevOps. It's an IT professional course. Okay, and this is one of the digital course. Okay, if you see in the market, they call it as one of the digital course in the market. Why? Because it's a digital technology where definitely today in the company, if they want to build a product, DevOps team is one of the team which is required. Okay, it can be you bring any different teams, and the underlying is DevOps because they need the infrastructure. They need a DevOps tools which can run a proper pipeline, a process which can build your product. Okay, that is where the DevOps team is required. Fine, and definitely here you require both soft and hard skills. That means you require a communication as well as your tools, because you're going to interact with different teams, as well as you're going to face your customers as well, where you give the services to them. Okay, and then we don't do coding, we do scripting here, guys. We don't touch any kind of a coding. Okay, coding is done by developer. We do only the scripting. Okay, coming to your roles and responsibilities, you purely works as a technical guy. Okay, you don't touch any kind of a process or something. It's purely technical. Okay, you purely work on the cloud. We purely work on the word called CI/CD tools. What you saw it, right? Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, that are called CI/CD tools. Okay, you go with any of the cloud. Okay, and then mainly your main responsibility here is, first is managing the DevOps tools, second is managing the cloud, third is managing the application in a sense, not managing the code behind it, managing the website 24/7. So we are responsible to make sure the website never goes down. And how it happens? With the help of your CI/CD tools. So DevOps tools are very powerful in the market. Okay, where your websites are 24/7. Okay, it's not just we are just speaking in words. It is a reality. Go and research that which all companies are making use of your DevOps tools. Okay, this will give you clarity that where exactly your DevOps is used, how many places your DevOps is used. Okay, so Amazon, Netflix, Adobe, so multiple companies are which are making use of it. Why? Because they hand over your application to DevOps, and DevOps make sure that website is 24/7 up, the application is 24/7 up. There's no downtime for it. That is where the DevOps tools are demanded in the market. Okay, right from building that application, okay, only writing the code and everything is taken by developer. On top of that, once the code is written, from there the process starts, like your Maven, your Jenkins, your SonarQube, etc. things will come into picture, and then you deploy into Docker, Kubernetes, or your Ansible or your VM based, whatever it is. That is how you deploy. Okay, so research, okay, which all companies are using your DevOps, where it has been used. Okay, research all the information where your Azure is used. Okay, so check, okay, check the openings, how many openings are coming on the daily basis. Okay, now this is where your companies are been using it. Now this is one thing. Second thing is that in which all industries it has been used. Talking about industry, companies, if you speak, there are a number of companies. But if you speak about industries, where exactly it is used, guys? Software industry. Okay. So DevOps is not just used in software world, guys. Okay. It is used in multiple places. It is used in your pharma companies. Okay. It is used in your automobiles. Okay. It is used in insurance, because all these companies has a website. All these companies has a product. So to build their product, to make sure the website is running 24/7, you require DevOps tools. And the data behind these websites are stored in the cloud. That is where the cloud is required. So DevOps is required as well as your cloud is required. Okay. So research, these are all the places. Okay. And the highest salary which pays in the market is the, okay, your banking, financial sectors, your pharma pays the highest salaries. Software is there, obviously, but beyond that, these people pay the highest salaries in the market. Okay. So social media, what you use it, right? Your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. Okay. Your healthcare sectors, even there they have software departments. In the banking, they have software departments. Okay. Your banking or software, e-commerce websites, what you see, Amazon, Flipkart. Okay. Your government agencies. If your age is less than 27 years, you have opportunity to work, okay, with your software knowledge, okay, in your government sectors. Like DRDO is one opening, keeps coming on for DevOps and cloud. Okay, then they are like in the SBI, they have deputy manager jobs till the age of 32. You can apply for deputy manager, where you have infrastructure knowledge required to maintain their, okay, cloud and the data centers. Then similarly, you have like AI, Airport Authority of India, like was lot of things. Only thing, research, where they ask like 1 to 2 years of experience in your DevOps or cloud, or like if they have like 4 to 5 years, okay, because the age is a factor there. That's only the thing. If your age is less than 27 years, few government jobs are there where they go till 35 years as well. Okay, so this is where these many industries you have openings. Not just software is not just a world. Beyond that software, there are multiple places where you have jobs. Only thing is that research is required. You need to research your jobs. Okay, you need to, apply that specific jobs in their websites and everywhere. That is how you get it. Okay, because nowadays market is different. Why? Because previously it was the case when I have seen like in around like 2015 to 18, I have seen like when you apply in a Naukri.com or LinkedIn or somewhere, you used to get a good response. Like you upload today your resume and everything, you used to get a lot of emails. But nowadays, what is happening? Like you don't get that response because population is increasing. The demand for your DevOps or any technology is increasing because the population is increasing, right? Previously, HR is to chase us. Now we need to chase HR. You need to go and follow them. You need to see their post. Okay. You need to, go and apply, go and register 20 companies, go to their careers, check what openings they have and apply. That is how you have to spend time. Okay. That is what, because population is growing. Okay. But these many places you have your DevOps and cloud, which is used. Okay. So research, okay, it's your time. Okay. Forget about technology. Technology is secondary. It's like just one subject which you'll be learning it. Okay. But first thing is that decided that am I in the right path? Because once you start a journey, guys, remember, until you experience that journey, you don't know the flavor of that. That is what the reality of any technology. Okay. So if you have decided, before you decide that I'll go with DevOps and cloud, research How many openings are coming? Okay, if I go as a DevOps engineer today, what will be the next position? Okay, for the next position, what salary I get? Okay, and then how many ladders I'm going to step in the future, that till will I go in the manager? Do I have architect position? Okay, how many positions are coming for architect? How many positions are coming for? So see the complete roadmap. Okay, and see also one thing, that how long this DevOps is running, and is this DevOps going to replace in future? If your DevOps is going to replace in future, then there is no meaning of learning a DevOps. Okay, so research everything. Okay, which company you're using, where it is used. Okay, what is the importance of DevOps? Okay, so because if you see this industries, what are the products are building out of this industries? Is it used only by the educated people? No, the entire population is using it. So if the entire population is using this one, so imagine that as soon as the population grows, the demand for this product also grows. So how much population is growing, that much demand is growing. Okay. If you see, take an example, simple e-commerce website, Amazon.com. How many people used to use Amazon.com around like 2012, 15 or before COVID? Now after COVID, everything is online. Okay. Most of the people order their products in online. You see your Zepto came, your Milk Basket came, your Swiggy, Zomato. Okay. All these things have come, right? So everything is online. So everywhere, any business which steps in the market, if they have online, offline both, definitely requires a DevOps and cloud. Even if you have offline business, to store their data, to manage their application, require a DevOps and cloud. So there is a demand. Whenever new business comes, there's a demand for DevOps and cloud. So understand that model of the real time. In the real time, what is happening when any business starts? What is the demand for DevOps and cloud, and how many openings are going to start for that? That is what you have to research. Okay, it's not about that how much course I'm going to learn, how much content. That is secondary. Okay, because it's as simple as when you go to college, you learn the complete subjects, you write the exam and pass. Okay, so but do you know, before joining a college, do you know that each and every content of your complete syllabus, do you know? You know that you're going to learn computers or electronics or something. But do you know each and every content? You don't know. But you go blindly learn for 4 years. But now it's a very limited time for you. Okay, some people might have already started their career. Some people are going to start a career. So first thing is, guys, when you start a technology, remember that when you learn a technology, remember that that technology should be with you for at least 10 to 15 years in the market. Because it's a human mind, right? Every 5 years, every 2 years, you cannot change the technology. Okay, it requires effort in learning. So select a technology which is there in the market since very long and which is going to run in the market for a longer time. Okay, so that is how you have to select a course. Okay, so that you stick to that and your position grows, your salary grows. Okay, you see the growth in your career. That is how you have to decide it. Okay, so research is very important. Go to LinkedIn, go to Naukri, go to multiple sites are there. Insta Hire, a lot of new websites have come now for the job openings. Research everywhere. Research, a lot of blogs are there. Okay, a lot of conversion happens toward this one, and then take a decision. Because once you start a journey, until you step into the interview, okay, you don't know the reality. That is what the reality of the market. Okay, so once you experience the flavor of interview, then actually you know about yourself, that what you need to improve to go forward. Okay, so interview is only the step where you can say that how much you have learned, how much you have to improve, and how much you have to work more to grow your career. That is what it is. Okay, so if you're learning something, learn completely in a proper order. Okay, learn step by step. There is proper roadmap for it. Okay, if you don't just learn however you wish, someone will say just learn cloud, you'll get a job. Yes, you get a job, but how do you manage your cloud? You require Linux knowledge, guys. Remember, Linux is a base pillar. So that is why colleges or schools teaches you operating system knowledge. Why? Because that is a basic knowledge. That is a very, very basic knowledge where you start the journey of computers, where you start the journey of software. Okay, so your operating system is required. Programming is for developers. Operating system fundamental doesn't mean just installing operating system. No, there are a lot of different things in the operating system which you need to learn. Managing the security, managing the permissions. Okay, installing the softwares. Okay, upgrading the software. So a lot of things are there in that. Okay, so that's why we have kept almost 1.5 weeks of Linux, where you spend good amount of time. Okay, you make your fingers, okay, roll on your keyboard, okay, properly, where you can play your fingers. Okay, because Linux is completely your command line where you put effort. Once your Linux pillars are strong, you start your cloud, you start your DevOps, you start anything, it's fine. Because even if you tomorrow you want to create a service, you want to install a software in the cloud, you require again Linux knowledge. If you want to install a DevOps tools, you require Linux knowledge. If you want to work on installing monitoring tools, you require Linux knowledge. So Linux is the fundamental. First, learn Linux properly, make your hands free, get the basics, get your pillars strong, and then jump into your cloud, then jump into your DevOps, and then into your monitoring. You start, everything is module, but learn properly. Learn Linux, learn all the cloud tools, cloud requirements which are required for you in the market, and then jump into your DevOps. Okay. And this cloud is required. Okay. Don't expect that let's just learn. Okay. So few time ago, some students came, they were like, I just want to learn Kubernetes and Docker. One of my senior told, just learn this one. We have openings and you'll get a job. Yes. Let's say by the God grace, you got the job. But when an issue comes, how do you troubleshoot? How do you log in the machine? Okay, how do you, for example, a career doesn't stop in one company, right? Tomorrow, for example, you wanted to switch for some reason, you say that I want to increase my salary, you want to switch a job. Again, will you run behind web institutes and try learning that course? Don't make that mistake, guys. So learn complete whatever you're learning. You decided that I'll be learning, learn completely. Put your effort. Your knowledge never go waste. Okay, the knowledge never go waste. Okay, remember that. Okay, so learn properly with a proper roadmap. Okay, complete all the modules, explore it, connect to the real-time world, research more. Just learning is not important. How this cloud is used by Netflix, how this cloud is used by Amazon, how this cloud is used by Microsoft. Okay, what difference it is making. Learn their architectures, learn their news. That is how in the interview you can speak about your real-time example. Interview is not about question and answer. It's not like a Viva question and answer which you give in college, right? It's about like the interview is sitting, he already knows the answer. What he wants to know? He wants to know that how well you'll connect this question to a real world and how you can give an example, explain me. That is what he's expecting. It is not a question and answer what you written. It's not like in the college you write an exam, you get a marks and you pass. That is not the case. It's about checking your maturity. It's about checking that how well he can think about a solution, in what different ways he can think, okay, and what new thing he can bring into my company that it will help me to grow my company. So that is what it is expecting. So relate it, whatever you learn, relate to your real-time life, and then you learn it, okay, so that you can give a good examples. Okay, take an example. For example, if I'm deploying application, how it is deployed in Netflix, how it is deployed in Amazon, how it is deployed in Myntra. So just check that in the free time. You have to research that. That is how you will get an idea that how in the real time my DevOps is used. Okay, how the end user is using my DevOps. Okay, because in simple terms to tell you, even we are using DevOps tools indirectly. Early in the morning, whatever you open your apps and everything, that also managed by a DevOps and cloud only. Simple, your Instagram. Where is the reel stored in the Instagram? Have you thought? It is stored in the cloud. The cloud which you're seeing, right? Amazon cloud, Microsoft cloud, there it is stored. Okay, what are the YouTube you're seeing? Where are the videos stored? It's not stored in your laptop. It is stored in the cloud. So how they are storing it? How they are using it? So which company are using it? So when you speak in the interview, give these real-time examples, connect it to your real-time life. That is how it proves your maturity. It proves your understanding, how well you're connected to your DevOps. That is what you have to pay for. Subject you learn, it's not a big deal. Learning a subject is not a big deal. You learn it. Okay, there is not a big deal, right? So have a proper roadmap first. Gain the complete skills, guys. Okay, gain complete skills. Okay, have a proper roadmap. Okay, certification. Yes, I also recommend go with the certification. But certification, just doing a certification will not help, guys. Okay, if you say that I have a certification, okay, I'll get a job. No, end of the day you have to speak, because it was previously the case was different. Like certification was given a lot of a demand, but nowadays what happens when we take interview, we see that people come from IIT, IIM, they have 4, 4, 5 certificates, but when you ask them the basics, right, they don't answer that basics. Then how you can proceed with that guy where he doesn't have a basics of Linux only? Because when you go to company, almost all these tools what he is seeing, it might have been set up. This all tools they might have set up, it is ready. Only thing you have to do your daily activities, and something breaks, you should able to troubleshoot that. But he doesn't know how to log into a machine, how to get some data, how to get some logs of the machine itself. Then how will proceed with that DevOps and cloud? He have done a great certification in Docker Kubernetes. He has a great knowledge in cloud, but he doesn't know how to connect a machine in the cloud. Now what he'll do with that? How to troubleshoot that logs? How to get that logs? Basic thing. Someone asked him, "Can you get an IP address of the machine?" He doesn't know what is a command to IP address of the machine. Okay. Then what is the case of that? So that's the reason, guys. When you learn it properly. Put your effort in learning. Certification is well, yes, good. It will give you great knowledge, but at the same time, speaking is important. If you don't speak, you don't put yourself in front of interview. So if you want to speak, if you want to have a good, explore, if you want to give a good content to interview, first you should have content. So theory is also important, not just practical. There are students who just run beyond practical, say I'm practicing. No, at the same time, learn some theory, because when you go to the interview, in the fear, half of the content you forget. Okay, or if you have that skill set, whatever you did practical, if you can put that into words and give it, that is also great. Okay, but theory and practical both you learn. Okay, because that is required. Because if you want to explain someone to a, if you want to explain an issue to someone also, you require some theoretical knowledge to explain them what exactly happens. Okay, so there are different certifications, you can do it. A lot of different vendors provide you the certifications. You can go with that. Okay, you can go with that certification, you'll get it, all that certifications in your Azure. Okay, some slides are missing, I believe. Okay, so you get a lot of different certifications. Okay, in terms of Azure, you have Azure 400, Azure 900, AZ 900, everything. You have solution architect like level 1, level 2. Again, there are experts level also. This is like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 is also there. Professional level, if you want to go, you can go professional level. You can go the complete DevOps program. Okay, but I recommend that do certification if you want to do it. But if you want to do certification after a year, that is also well and good. Okay, I recommend at least do certification after you get a job after 6 months. Okay, once you're into a job, spend 6 months of time with your company, learn their process, learn their everything, and then start a certification. That is how your career grows. Then you can, after 1 year, you can ask a promotion, or you can jump a company with 100% hike, because end of the day, salary matters. Okay, so first 6 months, put your effort in learning. Okay, spend 2 hours daily learning something more, and slowly start your certification. Pass your certification, then demand for your hike in the company position, or go for the next company. That is how your career will, because you need to, at least, if you feel that company is very good, you're very comfortable, stay in that company, do the certification, that is well and good. But if you feel that you want to jump, then do the certification at the time. But if you want to start now, you can do it. There's no restriction on that. You can go ahead and do it. Right? Okay. Any questions? I'll take a pause here. Anything, any questions? Feel free to, point out any questions.
Sir, actually, for learning Linux, we need that operating system, and similar parallelly, we can in our system we can install Windows and Linux, Ubuntu or something.
That is like don't do that. Okay. First of all, that mess ups your laptop. A lot of students come, they say like we'll do that multi operating system and everything. Then they mess up everything, they format everything. So there are, like, in the online also, a lot of places we get free editors. You can go and use the free editors. You can practice your commands there. Or you have something called git bash. In the git bash also Linux command works. Okay. And second thing is that we are going to learn everything in the cloud. What are you going to learn? You're going to learn in the AWS cloud itself, or a Azure cloud machines. Okay, there's a free account. They give you free accounts. Okay, initial free accounts they give you. With that free accounts, you can do your complete course activities. Right? So no need to do that, all that things, because learn it real time, guys. None of the companies will do the same thing, right? What you're doing is like multi operating system. Companies are going to use your cloud. You also going to use your cloud, because feel that real experience. Don't do that for doing some cost cutting, and don't do that activities. Learn it the way your company is teaching, the way your company is using will be teaching the same way, so that your hands will become smooth in terms of doing your practicals.
Yes, sir, it's good. Could you, in this course, could you please guide us in cost management? If if my free account is expires AWS or Azure, could you please how to stop how to delete the resources and all cost
Yes,
to
that
reduce
will
the
be
bill?
doing it. That will be doing it. Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Any more questions? You good? Right. And last, okay. Okay. So, okay, so I'm not going to cover this diagram now. We're going to cover this in the first class of your DevOps. Okay, not first class, maybe second class of your DevOps. First class will be creating an account. Second class of DevOps will be taking an example. We'll take a scenario of your company. Okay, how your work is assigned. Okay, how exactly, what exactly each and every tool is there. Okay, we'll speak about each and every tool. We'll take a real-time example of your Myntra or Amazon. We'll compare it that and how this deployment happens, how your CI process happens, how your CD process happens, what different tools you use it, what different automations you do it here. Okay, all that things will be speaking about one by one, and then we'll be speaking that how the same thing, all these tools is used in Azure as well as your AWS. Okay, and then this complete diagram we are going to divide into your projects. Okay, you're going to learn different projects like Ansible. Okay, you'll be working with your Kubernetes way of deployment. How do you integrate your cloud services to it? Okay, how do you access your URL? Okay, and this URL which you access, you can access from any part of the country, because here you're going to register your domain. You're going to register a domain with Hostanga, GoDaddy, or any of the cloud services where you can access your domain. So you can create your own website URL, website domain URL, you can create it as part of this. So all these things we're going to break this complete process, and whatever the flow I'm going to tell you, the same flow you're going to learn. Okay, you start with Linux, then you start with DevOps. If you want to start with DevOps, you'll be starting with DevOps. You learn the CI process, you do the automation, then you go with one CD tools. Okay, and then you go with your cloud, and then you go with the monitoring. So you'll be learning the same module by module. It is module by Linux. We'll start with your cloud, or we'll start with the DevOps, and then we'll jump into the clouds. That is how it is. Right? But we are going to cover in the part 2, okay, which will be a day 2 of that. Day 1 will speak about your little bit of account creation, how to create a simple machine, because the first goal of starting a DevOps is Linux administration. Okay, because Linux is important. You need to start your module number 2 first to start your hands-on. Okay, once we cover a little bit of tools, then I'll go to the introduction of DevOps world, where you learn little bit of this. The process is there, some process content is there. Okay, to give you some DevOps information like the SDLC life cycles and etc. Things it is there. Your complete life cycle information details are there. It's just a theoretical. Again, this will help you in interview rounds. And then we'll speak about the Linux admin in detail. We'll go at least, okay, 1.5 week to 2 weeks we'll spend here. And then we'll start your DevOps, and then we'll go with your cloud and monitor. Okay, that is how we'll be planning it. Right? But day 2 it will be start will be, I basically cover this in day 2 only, because like because if I start here again, like we'll wait for 1 or 2 days to start this one again, you'll have it. Because before I start jump into that, I'll start this one, I'll give you overview of each and every tool where it is used, and then you start it, so that you get an idea that what exactly you're learning it. Okay, so between this process, whatever is happening, right, so right from building a product till it goes live in the market, so what the process you're going to use, that is what this process is. This is the complete DevOps process, what happens in the market when you want to build a product and everything. Okay? This is what you're going to learn. Okay? Okay. And if you have any questions, any queries, any doubts, you can go to this website. Okay, and you can reach out to this number. They'll share you all the recordings and everything. Mostly it will come in YouTube. You can get in the YouTube itself in the career IT. And if you have any questions, you want any syllabus part or something, WhatsApp them. They'll give you all the details. Right? Okay. Any questions, guys? Any more questions? Any more queries? Any more doubts? Feel free to ask. I hope I have answered all your questions. I hope at least 1% you understood where DevOps is used. So research, guys, which all places DevOps is used, which all places the openings are going to come. Okay. Okay. What is the demand for the DevOps in the market? Okay. What salaries you can check it because this will give a different numbers. But just to tell you, like for a fresher, I have seen for a service-based company, they're offering at least like 6 lakhs for the service-based companies. Startup, it's a different case. Okay, startup I'll not talk because different startups will get different salaries. But a standard service-based companies are giving 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs. Then your product-based companies are starting from 6 to 14 lakhs. I have seen also the freshers like joining PayPal, joining MasterCard, okay, joining Microsoft, okay. So they have, I've seen the package at least 12 lakhs, okay, with some additional benefits, okay. So salary component includes multiple things. Some companies offer you stocks, company stocks and everything. So that's in the salary package vary in that. But resell the salary also, that is also one of the thing, one of the important thing, because end of the day is what you take the salary, okay. So research that as well, that will also give you some clarity. So research is important, guys. Remember, you learn anywhere, you learn any place, doesn't matter, but first research that are you in the right direction, are you in the right journey, okay. Because once you step in, don't drop at any cost, okay. At whatever happens, okay, there are ups and downs. There is something like some things will go Greek and Latin, absolutely fine, okay. It will digest slowly, it will digest, but spend time, okay, and then reach till the interview, give the interview, and then you decide it what you have to do, okay. Okay, any more questions before I stop? Any more questions? Are we good? No questions? Fine. So they'll give you the link of the day one and everything. Mostly they should be same link, I believe, but they'll give you the link and everything, okay, of the day one, and they'll inform you about the timings and everything. Okay, the day one will be working with your account creation, your Linux machines, how to launch a Linux machine, everything. And day two will be starting with a technical diagram, and slowly we'll jump into your Linux administration, and then we'll start a DevOps, right? And then slowly your cloud, and then your monitoring. That is how it will be planned. Okay?
So how many days would this Linux be covered?
Mostly I'll be covering 1.5 week. Okay.
So
It will
probably
take
10
because
days, 10 days is what
yeah,
you're
I
telling
go a
about.
little bit slow Linux because that is a base. Okay. Linux I go very slow because that is a base. If you learn Linux properly, your DevOps and your cloud is very easy to learn because the complete DevOps installation is based on your Linux. The complete configuration is based on Linux. Okay. The complete troubleshooting steps are based on Linux. So if you learn Linux properly, these tools become very easy understanding those tools, because if it is Ansible is a Red Hat product. So again, that Ansible commands, your Docker commands are almost based on your Linux commands. So that is the reason Linux
So
is
this DevOps engineer would most of the times will he be using a putty session?
yeah, you can use, there are multiple now, not only putty. You can use your putty, you can use your cloud shell, you can use your command prompt, you can use some external tools like MobaXterm, different tools.
Okay, okay.
Because it's just a connection, right? You can connect with anything.
Makes sense, makes sense. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay then, guys. If no questions, let's take a pause. If any questions, I'll wait for more 5 minutes.
We are good, Sagar. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.
Thanks, guys.
See
Have
you
a
on the
good
day one. Right?
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.